Hi, that's part 2. Blighted Village to Adamantine Forge. No fluff, no death, let's get it. Arriving in the Blighted Village, make sure you're disguised as a drow. After the easiest dialogue of your life, go left. Enter the ruined Apothecary's house, read the book and head into the basement. Behind the crate there is a lever that opens a secret passage in the wall. Going through, you'll find a small clearing full of coffins. Here you need to be very careful, because if you open a coffin manually, a skeleton will pop out. You will be surprised, and during that time he will pull out 6 more of his besties. They will very quickly send you back to connect the nerves on the Nautilus. Just attack the coffin directly using control to break it. The skeleton drops on the floor. You can hit it at least 1 or 2 more times, also via control. If you couldn't kill it in the first turn, shove it towards the corridor you came from, otherwise it will go and open the other coffins with bodies. After the kill, loot all the coffins. You need the scroll of Summon Quasit. It's a pretty useful scroll you can use to trigger some fights on your terms. Approach the mirror past the dialogue. Enter the room, take the key, grab everything in the room, open the cage, take the book and put it in your inventory. When you take it, traps will trigger. You will automatically enter turn-based mode and can simply jump out with one button press and leave. After that, you can either fast travel out or wall. Enter the building opposite, the blacksmith. Loot all the container. There are usually plenty of thieves tools there. Take the recipe from the chest, read it and get the quest. Leave and move on, a chest with the helmet. Approach the windmill, pass the easy dialogue. Stop the mill if you want, depending on your feelings about Barkus Road. Collect his backpack from the basement and move on. If you have $500, talk to ogres. Try to persuade them to become your allies for free, but it's a pretty serious dice check. So always have the 500 to hire them. This gives 250 experience and makes some fight much easier. Definitely worth it. Move further, the goblins will let you pass without even a dialogue if you're a drow, which still gives you experience. Right behind them, 3 goblins are drinking next to 2 fire barrels. I think you already know what to do here and why we bought those fire arrows. Now turn towards the goblin camp. On the bridge you'll get a cutscene where the artifact transfers to you. Then enter the camp. You can trade with the local merchant. He sells some pretty interesting stuff. I can highlight in items like the gloves of Archery for any ranged build, returning Pike for a throwing barbarian, the Doomhammer which you can use against Miracle in Act 2, and other things. Next, talk to Wallow. Whatever you choose, he's getting dragged to a cage anyway, so you can just speedrun this dialogue. Don't forget to tag the waypoint in the camp, then head inside the building. Again, pass the goblins in drow form, saying you're going to Mentara. In the rightmost room, talk to the poor sod being tortured by goblins. Say that you need the result, they go, free him, and go to the next room. Here you need to strip completely naked. Talk to Abdirak. He'll offer you a special ritual to find peace through pain. You accept. Stand against the wall and use performance or intimidation in dialogue checks. While naked, you have a +4 bonus. Also, if you kill him or steal from him, you get a unique mace, Levitar's Scourge. It deals AoE necrotic damage also to you as well, but it gives you necrotic resistance. Next, go to the next room where Wallow is in a cage. Do dialogue with the goblin, free him and send him to your camp. Little trick. In your camp you can pickpocket Wallow an infinite number of times. If you're short on money you can always grab around 300 something gold plus other useful stuff. He'll never turn hostile, he stays neutral, and this doesn't affect anything. Next, if you need the Bow of Awareness, it's sold nearby by Raw Moonglow. After that, climb the ladder located after God's room, but before Ragzlin's room. Go up and jump across a hole in the wall. Put everything in the chests and walk along the beams to another hole in the wall. Jump down, collect all the barrels, and send them to camp. Here you need to transform into something short to squeeze through a hole. Halfling, gnome, anything. That hole leads to God's chambers, from where you can enter the Underdark. Solve the puzzle so that all black circles end up in the bottom big circle. Now go downstairs to Underdark. Collect everything. Barrels, things, you need it. Read the book on the pedestal next to statue. Get the quest. When you're on one of the balconies, a Minotaur will hit towards the gate. It will get attacked by magic beams. You can attack it with a bow via control. If you're lucky enough, you'll get an extra 75 experience. Also, I want to point out, collect all the small crates you find during the whole game. They're pretty useful, especially in Act 2. However, already there is a small trick to enter a locked section of this building, or a door to lockpick next to the Underdark exit. Sometimes neither works. This is where our square crates come in handy. Stacking them on top of each other. To do this, place them on the floor first. Then, by holding both left and right mouse buttons, stack one on another. 4 crates stacked in the maximum. Click the top crate and choose climb. That's how you can jump into the otherwise locked part of the room. Okay, having collected everything around, especially the red barrels, you want to place the barrels near the open window. You'll need about 8 red barrels, usually enough. But if you want to be safe and sure, throw one more on top. Then, from the left balcony, kill the 2 nearest petrified drow first. By the way, after the first shoot, the Spectator will appear. It will either hover in place, that's preferable, or start patrolling, which creates extra hassle. Somewhere around here, you should be roughly level 4. So I recommend taking the alert feat to have 100% chance to escape if things go wrong. However, I'll tell you how to do it without the feat and safely kill the Spectator even at level 3. Shoot the other 2 drow from the window next to where you placed the barrels. If the big eye is patrolling, shoot only when it's facing away from you. Otherwise, it will start combat. And since you don't have an alert, probably he will move first. And if that happens, you die. Okay, after killing all 4 drows, do the following. Hit hide, and from the maximum distance through the window, shoot the Spectator, surprising it, then run back to the stairs and end your turn. Here are a few behavior options. First and easiest, if it immediately flies to your window. It will stop right next to your barrels. I think it's obvious what to do next. Second option, it unpetrifies 1 more drow. That drow starts fighting on its side and runs to your window. Also clear. Third and most tricky, Spectator depetrifies 2 drows and sits in a corner and skips its turns. Drows run at you, Spectator says. Since there were 6 total, 2 are now left. That's why it was so critical to kill the other 4 before starting the fight. These petrified drows are pretty unique enemies. Usually the Spectator won't fly to your window until you kill both, but sometimes it decides to join the fight anyway. You need to be extremely careful and always stay within range to blow up the barrels. Okay, after this impressive battle, move on. Collect Falara Luva if you can, blow up those mushrooms and carefully go along the left edge. The thing is, here is a bullet, will attack you for the first time, but right now you don't want to fight it. So jump left onto the mushroom, then further left onto the path with the dead draggers. After that, turn right, blow up all the explosive mushrooms, head to the Myconid colony. There, talk to Blurk and a melon. Take the quest to find mushrooms for a cure. Mushrooms? How often I say mushrooms? Mushrooms? Again? How often I say mushrooms? Talk to Tula, give her an antidote. You should have at least a couple by now. Then talk to Spo. Take his quest to kill the draggers. Go down and talk to Dareth. She'll give you the quest to find her husband Baelen. Trade with her if needed. Talk to Glut. Take his quest to kill same draggers, but don't take him with you right now. He'll come in handy later. After that, go save Baelen. On the way, grab a Susur Bloom. It will be useful. Now, rescuing Baelen. This can be done easily on any class, considering we just got boots that are literally made for this. What you need to do, enter turn-based mode, use the boots, use dash, run to the backpack, loot everything from it, go to Baelen, place a scroll of Misty Step next to him from your inventory, exit turn-based mode, wait for him to pick it up, and use it. Now enter turn-based mode again, hit dash and jump to the clearing on the right. And there, grab the noble stock and position yourself like in the video. On this clearing there is a safe spot, but it's very small. However, the bigger banks don't explode immediately, so you have time to position properly after exiting turn-based mode. Okay, once in the safe spot, wait until you can enter turn-based mode again. Hit dash and the boots and just run back to Baelen. Talk to him, turn in the quest and move to Dwergars. Tell them you already found the gnome woman and you took the boots. Collect all the corpses lying on the ground and put them in a basket. This is so that when you will be killing these Dwergars, Gek won't raise them as undead to fight for him. Okay, after this dirty work, don't forget to tag the waypoint and fly back to the Myconid. Talk to Darit, get experience for saving her husband. You can also give her the noble stock. For fun, you can give it to Baelen instead, after which he'll start abusing his wife again, just like in the good old days. Okay, now return to the Dwergars. By the way, from this point on, I recommend not selling the weapons you find on corpses. We'll need them to beat Grim. Sail to Grymforge. On the way, you will meet a patrol. They will ask who you are and where Gek is. The easiest path is to answer that you're just bringing the boots they ordered you to find. That way they will let you pass. I don't advise fighting them. There is barely any room on the boat to kite them. In honor mode, this will most likely lead to death. After arriving in Grymforge, talk to the spiders to try to get some free experience through dialogue. Talk to Dwergars near the entrance to the Shadow Cursed lands. You can poison the wine barrel by tossing a basic toxin in there. Go to Dwergars who are dumping gnome corpses into the river. If you fail the dialogue, you can still get the ring. Just very quickly enter turn-based mode and loot the ring of the gnome before they kick him into the river. Okay, now the unbelievably thrilling fight with three mimics. Stand on this ledge and shoot. At the end of every turn, step back a meter from the edge. If you're playing a melee class, this will take you over 10 minutes and I'm not joking. You will deal about 4 damage per turn with roughly a 60% hit chance. The mimics have 75 hit points each. On average, one turn takes about 10 seconds. One mimic needs roughly 25 turns. That's 750 seconds or 12.5 minutes total. This will be the most exciting minutes of your life. Next, go upstairs. Talk to the Dwergard on the corner and agree to help them get rid of Nier. Then go to gnomes who are trying to dig Nier out. Talk to them and take the quest to find Philomene. Go back and near the Dwergard who gave you the Nier quest, jump onto the ledge, lower the elevator and head back. Now you need to figure out if you need any items from the Adamantine Forge. If you want the shield, it's behind the doors next to the elevator controls. A skeleton sitting on the floor at the end of the room. If you're feeling confident shooting from range, you can fight the Maragon and his 3 helper Hellboars. Inside the room there is a spot where the boars block the path and you'll only take damage from the Maragon at range. It hits hard, so this is at your own risk. You can always do this fight later. Now the Quasit's moment of glory. Summon it right from the same room where the skeleton with the shield mold is. Position the Quasit so it ends up down below next to the yellow puddles. This triggers 3 jellies and they will attack. Once again, you just stand there and hit from range, stepping back from the edge each turn so the jellies can't hit you. Unbelievably thrilling. Then jump onto the bridge, from there jump to the other side. Go up, jump over all the traps. Pick the door, loot everything. If you want to impress Shadowheart, take the idol of Shark, and you can gift it to her later. Come back onto the bridge, go to the elevator. Commit, shoot an arrow at the far lever. Go and jump down. Open the waypoint. Now there is a pretty unpleasant fight awaits you with animated armors. 2 of them shoot. Easiest way to handle it is to pull them and run back to the bridge you came from. Jump onto it and shoot them from range. However, the ones that shoot will still hit you. At some point they might figure out how to jump to you, but you can shove them into the lava. After this fight, go for the ward that's located next to where the animated armors were. Go down without falling into the lava. Jump, break this chunk of stone, collect the ore, return to the fort and go down to the bridge. That was the second part of the easiest guide for solo horror mode. Subscribe please now, I really need it.